Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? You already know what time it is. It is Wednesday night. That means it's Speak Your Mind, and that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. Very excited about the guest that's going to show you who she is and tell you all about her and what she's doing. Very talented, got a lot of different skill sets. You're all about to be blown away, so get ready. Y'all know how we do this show. Let me get it set up properly. First off, a couple little shout outs. Shout out to Deadline Records and all those fellas, Dre, Shiloh, Ramsey, Old Dog, all the fellas. These fellas, we did a live show. We did this Speak Your Mind show at Frank's Den last Wednesday. So big shouts out to Frank's Den. That's really Richard over there. Good people showed us a whole lot of love, man. I can't wait to go back. We will be back at Frank's to do, more than just the Speak Your Mind show. We got some plans over there. That's located in Glen Burnie. Good people over there, man. I tell you, I love when people just open up their arms and just welcome you like that, not knowing you the first, never seeing you or meeting you before. Just that reception was one I'll never forget. And, like I said, round the board, uh, straight up and down, man, they really treated all of us great, man, and just opened up the entire facility to us like that. So, you got to appreciate people out there that actually as locals, talents, people who are trying to make a name for themselves in this community and not out there running around, causing harm and doing things like that. So, big shouts out once again to Deadline Records, all my fellows over there, and Frank's Den for allowing us to do our show in their facility. And that was last Wednesday. So, look, y'all know how I like to do this show, man. I'm getting excited already because the guest is just somebody who is doing some really cool things. And when you do cool things, y'all know I jump right on it. I'm there. I'm there. So, without further ado, the show begins now. Yes, indeed. It is I, Derek Stroman. I got a little skill sets myself. I might kick a flow too with the special guest this evening. What I mean? Maybe we do a little freestyle battle. You know what I mean? Look, nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not getting embarrassed on the show tonight. It's not happening tonight. Not in front of this live audience. We are streaming to YouTube. We are streaming to Facebook, of course, and we're also streaming to my Speak Your Mind Facebook account. So I'm trying to open it up a little bit. I really like to push it all over the places, as many places as possible, so people can enjoy the show in real time. But let's get right into it because I can ramble on, as y'all know. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our special guest. Her name is Miss Stonie Marie. How you doing, Stonie? Let me unmute you real quick. There we go. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I appreciate that. We had a little, post production, little issues, just trying to get everything situated. But as always, hey, the show must go on. You know all about it. So welcome to the show. Before I really, delve into my line of questioning and all that good stuff, just tell the audience watching right now, just a little bit about yourself and what you're into. And I will let everybody out there know this is the Speak Your Mind show. You all know how I like to do it on this show. No holds barred. Um, she is, and we are going to speak our minds. Or what's the point of having a show called Speak Your Mind if you're not going to speak your mind? Also, there's going to be a little bit of content. We're going to show a couple videos, music, songs, banging music. Like I said, I might. She might. I'm telling you, I might do. I might do it. I might try to battle you. Those people out there that know me from back in the day, that's Stro. I was Stro. You know, I'm still Stro,
Okay,
but I'm
strong.
not. I'm not as nice as Stonie though. So I'm just messing with you. But yeah, look, go ahead, tell them a little bit about yourself, and we can get right into it.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Stonie Marie. I'm an artist from out of Baltimore. I got a new single out now. Make sure y'all download and stream it on all platforms. Look at me. Make sure y'all tap in with me. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere at I'm Stonie Marie. And we gonna speak our mind tonight. Y'all know I'm very lethal out the mouth. If you follow me already, you know I love to talk my shit in the morning tea. So now I get to talk my shit on the Speak Your Mind podcast. So y'all stay tuned because y'all in for a good episode.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And just for the record, we do have Rudy. Hey Rudy, you ready? You ready down there? I see you. I kind of I see your knee, bro. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna bring you in right now. We're gonna bring in Rudy. We're gonna bring in Rudy right now. What? Hey, broski.
Flip the camera.
Okay, gotta turn the camera around.
That's
Hold,
my man. I swear to God, I love
hold up, man. I'm trying to turn the camera around, man. Hold tight.
it.
You
It's
know we
all
needed
good.
this,
Yeah,
man.
with Rudy now.
You don't
It's
need
all
to see
good.
my package. No, not
It's all good. What you got? Are those all that
that.
glitters ain't gold shirts? I want one.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I? Can I get one? I didn't get one last time, man. I'd like a shirt. You
Okay.
know,
Hold tight, man. God, dude.
it's all right. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. It takes time. All this
Hold
crazy
up.
technology, man.
All this
So
technology.
so
God, man.
while while um while Mr. Rudy Williams, and I have interviewed Mr. Rudy Williams before. There
There
he
you
is.
go.
Oh, there you
Okay, you
go,
got
brother.
me.
There you
All
go.
There
right.
he is. What's going on, brother?
Everything's going on, man.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. Here we are
Everything.
once again. Yeah, I said here we are once again, man.
Yeah.
Look. Sometimes the technical things they take a little bit of time, but
They
as
had
long as you get it up and running, we good. So anyway, where you at? Were you shopping? Were you in the store?
Now, I'm hanging out with my man, Wiley's sport goods store off of Lock Raven Boulevard. They got some of everything in here. Tennis shoes, coats,
Like,
jogging suits,
like Raven Taylor.
Lock Raven, Lock Raven and Taylor.
Okay. Shoot. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
when was you gonna tell me, man? You know,
right.
I'm trying to get down there. If I wasn't on this show, how late they stay up? It's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 8:06 right now. I mean,
We
how
close
late
when
they
we
stay
want to
open?
close.
Huh?
We close down when we want to.
Okay.
As long as
That's
there's money coming in, the door is gonna be open, man.
I
We
love
got the
that. I love that.
we got the new winter gear and the new spring gear. We
Yeah,
ahead
I
of our
understand.
time.
So let me ask you this real quick though, Mr. Rudy. We have Stony Marie on the show tonight, and
Hmm.
she's somebody you're very familiar with. So I want to tell the audience a little story. So I actually did get a chance to see her. I didn't exactly meet her, but I saw her when I came to your showing at the Arena Players of All
Right.
That Glitters Ain't Gold. I didn't know it was her at the time. She was playing one of the what you be
I was
dressed like a
Cameron.
Karen
Catholic.
Ringo.
I was
Yeah,
Cameron.
yeah. Came out all bossy, arguing with
Real
the
boss.
the tall girl. I remember
Right.
Yeah.
She real
arguing.
sassy, Stony.
Yeah, yeah. There was a great fight on stage. I don't want to give too much
Yeah.
away. There was a great fight, and it was interesting. But
She
at the
killed
time,
it. She
yeah,
killed it.
it was great. It was a great performance. I actually have some footage of that.
Oh, awesome.
You were in that piece that I did for Rudy. Just a
Wow.
little snippet, little documentation of the play. You were in there. But
Oh
now
yeah.
I would have never guessed it was you. That's crazy.
I
Because when
do have many looks.
yeah, say again.
I have many looks.
Yeah, well, it's obvious that you can, transform into, a multitude of looks. So, I seen even the line of pictures that were sent over to me. I was like, man, I kept scrolling. I was like, you look different in every picture. I'm like, okay, is that the same person? So that's a really good skill set to be in the entertainment world in which you
Right.
are.
The,
Um,
young,
you know what I mean?
the lucky young man that land her, he gonna get a new girl every day. You know,
Be
he
like,
don't have
come
to cheat
Well,
on her.
men need variety, so you have to be able to provide that for them.
right, right. Come walking in the house like,
Yeah.
who is you?
Today I'm Karen. Today I'm Stonie. Gotta switch it up.
Right, right. But so let's talk a little bit about what you're doing because a certain individual who a mutual friend of ours said that she actually seen you performing poetry as well. So was it spoken? Is this spoken word? Is that what you were doing? I guess it was. There was a show not too long ago that you were a
Yes.
part of.
You talking about me?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
had a show. I haven't done spoken word. When I started out music, I started with poetry, but I've like never did it in front of an audience of people.
Okay.
But I do perform and stuff like my music.
Okay. So okay, so maybe it might not have been who she was thinking it is, who she was thinking you are, but let's talk a little bit about your music. I mean, it's
Yeah,
obvious you are talented.
thank you.
You're welcome. Man, I've got some of your stuff. We're gonna give the audience a little snippet of some of what your music and everything. But when did you realize that you were able to actually write music and get involved in this entertainment industry as a rapper? Because from my understanding, you also sing, right?
No, I don't sing. I just only rap. I had started out 2 years ago. Literally, me and my sister were listening to the radio, and we're like, listen to all these rappers. Like, I could do this. Like, this seems so
Okay, good
simple.
night. Come on, man.
And I used to write, poetry and stuff. So I was like, one day I seen this freestyle by B Simone, and my favorite song at the time was Beatbox by Roddy Rich. I think that's his name. Roddy Rich. Yeah, Roddy Rich.
Rowdy Rich, yeah.
I was like, I love that song so much. I was like, let me try it. Let me see if I could talk my shit. I got a lot of boss shit going on. And I wrote out this freestyle and I did like a little video and I sent it to my sister and she was like, you might want to push that. Like literally on my YouTube channel, I have like my freestyles from when I very first started where you can really like see the growth, the idea of my channel and just kind of my perspective on who I am is to grow with me, making the impossible possible, showing people that, anything that you want to be is never too late. Just put your mind to it and just go hard, just go hard at it and believe in yourself because that's when you can really take off with it. So, I've only been doing it for 2 years. I write for myself. I haven't had a ghostwriter yet. So everything that you hear and you see is me. I'm just growing in this industry. I love it. I love, entertaining. I've always been an entertainment type of person. I've always been in people's faces. So that's how I really got into music and just started going hard. And what you see now has really been developed in 2 years.
So I guess when I look at you, right, and I look at your disposition, and like I said, I've heard some of your songs. Um, I don't want to try to put you in any kind of genre really, but when you have the Cardi B's and the Nicki Minaj's out there, do they inspire you and influence you, or are you more like kind of like remember before them it was Little Kim,
Nice.
Foxy Brown and all
Mhm.
them,
Like the E's
Trina and all them. Do
I'm
you
heavily inspired by like Trina and Lil Kim. But I am inspired by the new school like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat and even the underground rappers who aren't big and megastar, I've been inspired by all the women. When I hear a woman spitting some fire, I'm like, oh, I want to spit like that. My mind goes to how do I, get on that level or, come across with that type of cadence or I always take from everybody and try to put it in a pot and make it me, add my twist to it. But I think that's what has allowed me to grow significantly in 2 years, because I've always had that mindset. Okay, I watch artist interviews from when they first started. I try to go back to their beginning music, where they are now. And then, being young and keeping up with the trends and what's going on and just making it very unique to me, I feel like it's a perfect time for, someone like me that wants to make music for bad bitches and make bitches feel good and make, guys feel good that they not getting constantly pooped on, by women. I think it's the perfect time for me to jump in the game and provide that for them.
So when it comes to some of, like, let's say that language, you're comfortable, you understand the slang, how
Yeah.
certain words could be used, and people could be like, man, that's derogatory, man. Like, why you talk about women, like, why you calling women them names and stuff like that, but you openly can say that about yourself.
Mhm.
Is that what's happened in this era and time, or do you think it's always kind of been that way? I mean,
I think it's
that
always
open
been
language,
that way. I
you
do.
got to
I just
understand
think,
how it
yeah.
works, right?
I just think that now people, it took for someone like Cardi B to be very bold in it, to not care, to really open that lane for women, because, women feel like, there's a million men that rap about pussy. Take Jay-Z, for example, right? He rap about pussy and all that, but he's a businessman. What he writes, that's his art, but who he is as a person, doesn't make him a whore because he writes like that. So I think that women have now took that mindset and said, I can express myself sexually and not, have to be this person in real life or feel guilty, because at the end of the day, people are going to have stigmatisms on you regardless of what you say. They're always going to say something. You should be able to feel bold in your sexiness. Men have always been able to be bold in their sexiness. So I think as women, it's so empowering that now we have the opportunity to do the same thing.
Very, very well spoken about that. I'm just being completely honest with you. I'm impressed with the way you're conveying that, because what you've done for me on a show where I'm a lot milder, and it's not much language. A lot of people know that I don't really do a lot of the language, but what you're doing right now is you're separating all of that. You're saying that, listen, stop. If somebody's going to say something about you, they're going to say it
They're gonna say
behind
it
your
when
back, behind your back or not. And
Mhm.
if you cool with people not being straight up with you to your face, then that's for you. But that's not for everybody. You've already gotten yourself to the point where you understand your existence. Believe it or not, a lot of people struggle with who they are still, and
Absolutely.
it's that's what I'm picking up from you. And I'm looking at some of the comments coming in, and Bella Levy, I work with her. She's an actress. She does a lot of things, and
Hi, Bella.
she says that's right. Be automatically yourself without feeling a certain way. I love Cardi, Pink, and Lady Gaga
Oh,
all.
same.
So it's you have to be brave. You gotta dare to go beyond. And I appreciate you being this honest. It's I wasn't expecting that. Rudy. Hold on, let me tell Rudy something real quick. I know I got you. My yeah, muted there. Dang, why you ain't tell me, Rudy? Why you could have prepped me a little better, man? But I
Yeah,
mean, no, I mean, like, come on, man. It's all right. It's all right though. It's all right. It's all right.
Stonie is
Thank
indescribable. If I told you it would took me like 2 years, you still wouldn't have got all that she is.
Right. Right. But
But
you knew. That's why you said, hey, you need to get her on your show. There was something you
that's
knew, and
why I
I,
sent
I
the
appreciate you for
photos because the picture is worth 1,000 words.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So with that being said, let me get a little deeper into this music stuff with you, right? So how are you going about it? Is your game plan to go like they used to do back in the days, and go attack the hottest female artists out there? Just I don't know, just picking beefs because they used to just pick beefs. I've heard the stories. Hey, I need Ice Cube, NWA. I want y'all to go after Cypress Hill now, just to create a buzz for yourself and your name. Is that something you believe in or no?
Absolutely not. I feel like we are in an era of where we can actually spread togetherness. You can tag team with the hottest people, and take off. You don't have to start rap beef in order to become big. You see a lot of men rappers, they are collabing now. You still have the rap beefs, but you see more togetherness where you have, for instance, like Lil Durk and Lil Baby. They're both hot. They could have beefed with each other, but they came together. You got, of course, it's a little different with the Cardi Nicki thing, but for the most part, you see like Megan Thee Stallion. She was able to work with Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Beyonce. You can combine with rappers. I don't believe with going with violence. If you're provoked, you got to handle yourself. But just to start it to try to create a name for yourself, I think in today's society, that's whack. They call it trolling. And when you troll, you don't, that success don't look good.
All right, I'm gonna ask another one. Okay, so I told you, on this show, I just
We
go there.
speaking our
Ask,
mind.
ask Rudy. He know we just go there. Rudy and I, we actually got to set up. We're setting up another interview for him, and he's really gonna go real candid. And it ain't gonna be on this show. It's gonna be a full. Well, I'm just saying it's gonna be a full scale production, and we're excited about that. We just got to get our date set and all that. But yeah, I just find it interesting that this is something that you've taken on. I mean, have do you have any schooling yourself? Did you? I mean, graduate high school, do any college? Is
You
that
know,
was
I
that
actually
so?
have a degree. I have a bachelor's degree. I'm very well educated. But at the end of the day, you got to have your education from the University of the world. So you can have your books education. I'm not knocking anybody from going to school, but you got to go to the University of Hard Knocks as well.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that. Uh, how often do you hear? And again, I agree with you. I'm just gonna you know, feed off of you, piggyback off of your last statement. Of course, getting an education is very important. I'm a coach in my community. People, I've helped raise a lot of people, so I promote these things. I've been a high school coach. I've done a lot, things to help people. But if you get a 10 people together, and you ask, five of them went to school for something, and the other five didn't, and the five that went to school, you ask them, are they doing something now that and I ain't talking high school, I'm talking about college, that they studied in college. I'm pretty sure three or four of them might say no, they're doing other things. So, like you said, learning, how to survive on the streets and learning how to make your own way without these degrees, pretty much is it's like an even playing field out there,
Hmm.
depending on one's drive, right? Your individual drive,
Absolutely.
what you want to do, how you believe in yourself, because somebody like you that did have some schooling could have done anything.
Hmm.
And let's just say hypothetically, because it's always good to have a plan B or backup plan, so to speak. What how far in the future are you projecting? I mean, how far do you, because you're rather young now, so you can sustain a pretty good career in the entertainment world, depending on which way it goes. But do you have any backup plan, or idea, or something that you'd like to do in the future as well?
Well, I'm always hustling. That's why I call myself Big Hustle Stony. I also I do real estate. I am licensed in Maryland and in Florida. I also have a multimedia business, so I can do graphics, photography, getting into video. So there's a lot of things that I can do, that for one, I learned, to help me with being an artist and branding and marketing myself. But also, I can do that for other people and get paid big money. Because as you see now, the way that the the world is going, everything is the internet, is technology. You're starting to see jobs market on Instagram. So content creator type of roles and positions are they're needed. And knowing that I have that under my belt, I don't have no doubt in my mind that I would lack anywhere.
Well, what about the distractions? I mean, it seems like you got to be pretty sound of mind, to still be a fairly young person to avoid the distractions. How do you struggle with that? Is it or is it
Not
you get up
anymore.
and you know what you're gonna do. You have your day set forth, and big shouts out to your manager, boss lady too. I
Yeah.
don't know. Is she in the vicinity? Is she
No,
anywhere around
she's
here?
not here right now. No.
Okay. Okay. Well, just tell her, if she go back and watch this interview, just tell her, well, you ain't got to because she'll hear me saying big shots out to you, boss lady. And one day I hope to actually see her like I'm seeing you, and maybe all meet at some point. But yeah, I admire it because I'm 47 years old. I was rapping since I was like 8 years old. I still do a little bit of writing, but I didn't. I can't say I didn't get anywhere with it because ultimately I did, but it wasn't that grandeur that I thought it was going to be. Like, oh man, we're going to be millionaires, and
Yeah.
have all the Bentleys and all that. I mean, is that what you're? Are you in it for that? Do you want the grandeur? Do you want everything that comes with it? The fame, because you don't get any privacy if you get to that point
Mhm.
of popularity. But is that what you're in it for, or is it for the love of the music and um, the 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 true intimate stuff about what you do? That sitting down, that writing, is it more that, or is it like, look, I'm going to write a hit and I'm going to be a millionaire and possibly a billionaire? Because back in the days, hip hop wasn't going to make you a billionaire, but now
Mhm.
there's a handful of hip hop billionaires out there, and you mentioned one in Jay-Z.
Well, definitely when I first started, like when I very first came up with the idea, my whole goal was, I just want to be able to take care of my family. Like boss lady, that's my sister, as well, and she takes care of us so well. She's like the big mama of the family, and I'm like, I want to take care of you. Like let me work hard so I can take care of you. And through this process, I have back to your first question about the distractions. I think that I've been through a lot, I've done a lot where, through this process I've found myself, um where now I'm so passionate about the music because it really led me to myself. Um so I do understand that the fame and the non-privacy comes with it, and you do have to have a certain type of personality to deal with that, honestly. And I do think that I am fortunate that I have one of those kind of personalities where I can deal with it. But I also have great support. I think that when you're doing stuff like this, you have to be around people that genuinely love you. Boss lady, that she's gonna go to war for me. So I have genuine love going into this. So I'm not in the game looking for love and looking for friends and just kind of in it for the minute. I'm able to be focused and keep my eyes open to, okay, how can I market? How can I, find my way in here? How can I strategically move around the board versus I just want to do this so I can be around rappers. Or, like sometimes people have that small of a mindset that they just want to look cool. I already feel cool. I feel cool in my pajamas. So,
Mhm.
this is just an added bonus and it's a talent of mine. And to be honest, I have been sent on this journey. It's not something that I chose, it chose me.
Yeah, like I said, you're very, very well spoken. It's quite impressive. And speaking of friends, um, you're just like anybody else, right? You grew up, you went to high school, you had buddies and all that. I mean, where are your friends now? Are they still around? Are they supporting you in what you're doing, or is it, or you got that group that's just kind of like, as we call, hating on you a little bit, or hating on you a lot in some cases? Are you dealing with that, or does that not really exist for you?
I mean, we speak in our mind. It does exist. I was a person who had like a million friends. Like people love me. I have a great personality. And I think that as I started to transition into the person that God intended me to be, a lot of people ended up falling off the train. You know, everybody can't go with you. I'm just at a perfect place in my life now versus then, you know. So I don't look behind me, I look at what's in front of me.
Well, let me ask you this. I see that you are wearing a New York hat.
Yes.
So, are you from New York, just
Originally
represent
from
New
New York.
York, or are you from here at Baltimore, Maryland, somewhere?
So I'm originally from the Bronx, New York. Most of my family's from New York, literally probably all of them. I'm originally from New York. I was raised in Baltimore though. So I'm very Baltimore, but I'm made in New York.
Okay. So, when it comes to New York and the hip hop scene up there, that's completely different than it is down here.
Yes.
New York is pretty much the haven uh, for hip hop and for all um, genres of its form in its purest form, and of course genders as well, because all the top female artists basically came out of New York for the
Yeah.
most part. So but, what is it was how does it feel like just knowing that, just representing New York like that,
In my
because
blood.
I know some New York people, and I know that y'all look at us as like we country down here. I know how it
See,
works.
I feel like I identify more as like a Baltimorean, if that's the right word for it, because I was raised in Baltimore. You know, like going to school in Baltimore. All my friends are in Baltimore, so you know, like my family, they look at me as country, and
Mhm.
I know that I'm kind of country because you know I hear myself all the time, and I'm like, why do I sound so country? And we actually really are country because when I lived in Florida recently for about like 2 years, and I came back and when I was in Florida, like even they kind of like they were country, but they kind of were like, "You're country," and I'm like, "But you're country, like."
Right.
But they're Southern, but like
They're Southern.
Baltimore accent is like country. But you know, as much as they talk about us, they love our accent. Like
Hmm.
everybody loves people from Baltimore, you know, and being able to have like that New York background and Baltimore background, I feel like it just gives me a different mix in the pot.
Yeah, yeah, it's unique. It's interesting. Coming from someone like myself that's traveled a lot. I was born here, but you know, you couldn't really tell by the way I talk. Because of all the various places I've been. To me, you don't sound like you're from Baltimore. I hear that hint of New York, of that New York accent in your voice as well, mixed with just being around a lot of people. Because think about it, you hear how people from the West Coast sound. They talk like they from the West Coast. I mean, you can
Yes,
tell
they
that, man, you from the West, or like somebody real country from down south. You can hear them as well. You can hear that real Southern, that churn, that real deep hardcore, slang
do.
that
Yes,
you can identify right away. They can't. If somebody from Texas or Tennessee, you're gonna know. Arkansas, you're gonna know if they
yes,
from Mississippi or somewhere over there. Versus us, they're gonna tell that we're from the East. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And so it's kind of unique when you start getting into the colloquialisms and the dialects, because it changes. As you move across the United States, it's pretty wild. And it's the same everywhere, but you know it, it's interesting when you've been some places and
yeah,
you can connect and identify with these different tones of voice and different slang and words people use to communicate. I'm me personally. I'm kind of speaking for myself here, because I always found a fascination with that. How people talk like that. I'm listening to you talk, and I've heard some of your music, and trust me, ladies and gentlemen, we will get to some of her music here soon. And I'm just like, well, you speak, you're knowledgeable. You're not just talking slang. You're not just talking like you can't, form your words properly and all that type stuff. So, do you find yourself being a little bit different around? We're all kind of a little different when we get with our people and stuff like that. Do you find yourself switching up a little bit when you with a certain group of people?
I mean, I think that like I'm able to adapt, but like I'm always myself. Like I'm a loud person, you know. fun. I guess a little ratchet, you know what I'm saying? But I think that, what's the problem is that people label, ratchet ghetto as just one kind of way. And it's like there's ratchet people that are rich and billionaires that can speak, very educated when they need to. And then when they need to be themselves, they can. It's about adapting to your environment. Like you don't go in no interview and you be like, yeah, yo, like I want, if you're trying to get a job, you have to know how to switch it up and how to carry your professionalism, as long as your morals and stuff stay the same. But the funny thing about it is that when I first started doing music, because I talk a little proper, I guess, it would come out in my music. And I'm like, why am I trying to over enunciate these words? Like, music is supposed to be swaggy. You're supposed to feel it. So it's like, I'm over here trying to like really say what I'm trying to say. And I'm just like, it took me a little bit to like, really just kind of vibe out with the beat and let, the words just go swaggy. Like I'm talking to my homegirl, versus like, okay, I know I'm being recorded. I need to enunciate every word, because when you listen to other artists, they're not enunciating every word. So it's like, you're not on the interview behind the mic. Like you're actually able to talk how you want to talk.
I'm gonna tell you something. That was a full blown question, and I hit you with it. And I don't think I've ever. Hey, Rudy, are you listening? Hold on. Let me unmute you real quick.
Yeah, I hear
Rudy, did you hear that? Did you hear what
yeah,
she
I
just
heard
said?
that. Yeah.
That was a fully loaded question I asked her, and she was ready for every last bit of it. I can't even
I
I
told
can't even
you,
believe it,
I
huh?
told you she's the champ. She's the champ, the new champ.
Wow. What you just did was give a full explanation of truthfulness. You want to know how I know? Because I speak proper a lot, okay? And I
Yeah.
was doing the same thing in my music, and I couldn't. I'm
Yes.
like, I'm trying. But, people like, why are you saying your whole words out like that, bro? Like,
Yes. Sounding like a teacher.
like they don't do that. Like, because you hear people they mumbling now,
Mumbling.
and you can if you listen, you can kind of make out the word, but you like. And I like people like Future and all them. I'm like, it's still like, it's still
It's
slick.
swaggy.
Like,
It's
what's
still,
slick?
yeah.
It's still slick up. It's slick still. Like,
You still
even though
understand what he's
you
saying.
right, it's I'm just saying I just can't believe that you were ready to answer the question like that. You knew exactly where I was coming from, and I don't think I've ever heard anybody answer that particular question like that, because it, it's just all true. You know what you said. You know exactly what I'm saying as far as what you're dealing with in your own situation. Now, obviously,
Absolutely.
when you put the pen to the paper, and you got people giving you reviews too, like, hey, look, you kind of really enunciated that word. Like, for
Yeah.
me, I had to. I write without using any curse words. So I was like, man, I want to be able to put explicit, lyrics on my, on my album cover. Man, I gotta cuss a little bit. So I made myself cuss a little bit
I
just to.
might cuss too much.
Hey, oh, you think? Hey, listen. I
I
tell you.
cuss a lot.
On that note, let's let the audience decide if you say you cuss too
I
much.
cuss a lot. I definitely do.
Let's rock raps. What's it called? Rap Freaks Young Miami Freestyle with Stony Marie. We're gonna rock that one first. All right.
All
Let me
right, let's do it.
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna bring it in. Let me know right away if y'all can't hear this. All right.
This is parental advisory. I
Parental
got you.
advisory. Okay.
Parental advisory.
Can y'all hear it?
Mhm. It's a little low, but I can hear it.
Did it pick up?
Uh huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh huh. Stonie.
Money on my mind, I like him stacks. Grab him by his dreads, I heard Roddy got them racks. Test the time, see how long he hit it from the back. You can talk about a walk take, made a bitch tag. I'ma go Monroe with President Date vote. Sworn in to the dick to suck it like Mentos. Call Money Jake, lick his face like a steak. Chase it with a bucket, eat so slick, got spit the taste. Fuck him on the flight, put them pesos on my plate. You know I get out the mud, fuck moose on the first date. Young go get us some pictures that YG take so he can play. Put that dick into this pussy on his face. Look up in the stars while I ride that nigga stars. Let me get what I want before he block me by tomorrow. Look, I must confess, I want Scola up next. Fuck him in the shower while he shining from his neck. Pass me off the Stokie, I heard fathers know best. Where that nigga tag, no excuses, I want next. Play all on that pussy while I suck on Jeff's chest. Poppy, bring me a towel so I can wipe this mess. Shake like a model, TMC, let's go full throttle. They say he the dawn, so you know I'm gonna swallow. Put a band on my Izzy, make it go pizzy. Looking for Tato so I can ride and make him dizzy.
I keep it a G, I'm just a rat free. I keep it a G, I'm just a rat free. I keep it a G, I'm just a rat free. I keep it a G, I'm just a rat free. I keep it a G, I'm just a rat free. I keep it a G, I'm just a rat free.
There you go. There you go. Now, me, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm feeling it. I mean, well, I told you already, so I kind of you already knew it. So I don't know, how to classify it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of female artists, especially ones that are willing to use content like that. Um, they have an audience, a big audience, and to be honest with you, if you're going to be out here doing this, you need an audience. You need people to say,
Yes.
"Man, did you hear what she just said? Did
Yes.
you hear that? That to me, that's important." And then the person like yourself, you're ready to explain why you said what you said. If some little girl came up to you and said, hey Stony, why was you saying that? Like, I'm not allowed to use those kind of words. Like, what are you prepared for those kind of questions from people? Like, are you prepared to answer a question to somebody aspiring to who's watching you and say, what made you write those lyrics? What made you say those things? You know what I mean? How would you address someone if they came to you like that?
Well, growing up, I grew up in Lil Kim era, and
Hmm.
not only did she talk about pussy, shooting niggas and everything. So this type of music has always been around. It's not something that is like, oh my god, it's
Right.
I remember being a kid hearing my
Hmm.
bad, all your ladies
Yep.
pop your
Yeah,
pussy
my,
right. And I
yeah.
really don't
Uh-huh.
remember as a kid feeling like it was
Yep.
too much or anything. I don't even think I thought about it in that type of way. To really be
Right.
honest, like I don't think I even thought about it like that. It was just like, oh, I heard my mom listening to this song, and I just bop, and she's like, oh, get out.
Yep. Let me tell you how real and true of a statement that is. And audience, get ready for this. I need everybody out there to understand what I'm about to say. Okay. And this is still directed towards you, Stony, because I know you're ready for this suggestion, these statements I'm about to make. Almost every song out there that everybody loves right now is is edited for cuss words or some kind of language. It was never like that before. You remember? Do you remember the time where,
It just
back in
yeah,
back
be
in
after dog.
BBD days, they weren't cussing, but now everyone, every last one of them, you don't even know that's not even the real version of the song. You can't even tell that there's a cuss word there. They're so good at editing it out and making it suitable for radio. So but those are the songs we love the most.
Hmm.
Those are the songs we love the most. Can you explain? You already did, but explain further. Yes, yes, I'm on time with this. You already did, but why? So why what is it wrong? Why is it wrong? Is there some people I don't hear no real chatters anyway. I'm just
I don't
saying.
think it's wrong. I think that, women have fantasies just as men have fantasies, and it should be okay for you to express your fantasies. It's art. This is what happens. People have sex. People fight, people shoot. This is life, this is real life. This is what, someone can identify with how they feel. It's just art, it's entertainment. You're entertained, so I did my job.
But let me jump right. All right, I'm gonna hold you up real quick, just because I just like the feedback from the chat room. I mean, Algo gives it a 5 out of 5. Sound is
Thank
five
you.
times five. Yeah, I mean, it. I have a pretty serious audience. They will come and they'll say something, or they'll shoot me a message later or whatever. Um, and say, man, why are you showcasing that? Why are you talking about but people, they know me, because if I come on this show all by myself and do my open conversation, with me, and they hear me go on about things, they know that this is me. This, like everything you said. If you want to hear, if they got a question, or people want to know what's going on in a young person's mind, right, that wants to be in this industry, all they have to do is listen to you talk right now. You're answering the questions. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're answering what makes you do this. What do you like about it? How are you going to respond to somebody that says something to you? Well, you're answering it, and at the end of the day, you're absolutely right. I don't know. I still listen to, like you said, if the fellas is doing it, it's okay. Females do it, then maybe somebody feels a certain type way about it. Who knows? I still listen to NWA. I mean,
Mhm.
they f the police. They everybody killing everybody, or they got everybody got so many bodies. It make you wonder how they still walk in the streets like that. But it's expression. You're expressing yourself, and you know what you're saying and why you're doing it. And I think it's impressive. But back to the chat room, real quick here. Bobby Carbos. He's another actor. He's doing really good out there. Oh yeah, we're talking about the cussing. We've done some projects together. He's telling you to watch our Glory Days video. He
Oh,
said,
I
man,
have to
that's
check it
cussing.
out.
Yeah, we just got a lot of stuff out there going. And I tried to get you involved in something coming up here this weekend, but obviously you didn't have enough time. I was talking to Boss Lady. I was talking to your manager about it. I was like, dang, I wish I'd have ran into you before, a little sooner, because you would have been able to play one of these roles, that because we were in need of somebody. And I was talking about your eyes. I was talking about your eyes, how you kind of could pass for a little Asian there, and it wouldn't even take much to just boom. And actually, the person I was talking about just said hello. It's Linnea. Hey Linnea, I was looking at. I was like, dang, she could have been a good Sue. You know that?
Oh, I
But
know
she,
you.
yeah, she know what I'm talking about. But it's short notice. I would never do something like that. You have your manager. You got, we would have to do that the right way and all that. But in the future, now that we know um, of your existence, thank you, Rudy, who we did lose on the feed. But we'll chat with Rudy later. But let's talk a little bit about acting and all. Right now, you are a hip hop artist.
Mhm.
But would you ever consider being an actress as well?
Yeah, I'm actually looking to tap in more into the acting. I've done it before, and just kind of like wanting to bring it back. I really like it. I like getting into characters and roles, and role playing, and those type of things are really fun for me. So I definitely do want to get heavily involved in acting as well.
Okay, well, you heard it. I know Lene is watching this feed right now because I see on there. She said yes to the
The
suggestion
Asian.
of, yeah, yeah, yeah. It would have been perfect. It really would have. But so yeah, we are very pretty. She
Oh,
says
thank
you're
you very
very
much.
pretty. Yep, yep. So um, the, you know, one thing I will say, we got Rudy back. One thing I will say is, and I kind of want your opinion on this. Baltimore. My experience here, and I'm from here, born and all. It's not like it's not like Texas, it's not like Miami, it's not like Louisiana, New Orleans and New York, places like that where all the hip hop artists kind of learned how to find that pot of gold together and build each other up and represent each other across the board. I mean, we watched it throughout, the West Coast. Those guys. I mean, yeah, there was some beefs here and there, but those guys all knew how to band together, and they end. There's a lot of millionaires over there right now. Do you still think that that's an issue here in Baltimore? And what would be your reason why we can't seem to band together? And because there is still a lot of talent here in
I
Baltimore.
think Baltimore is so dope. Baltimore has some of the most amazing creators. And the sad part about it is that we're not able to unite like the South is to, really bring our city up, like we really living out the crabs in the borough. And I don't like it, because it's so much talent here. And that's why I'm going to be the voice of the city because I'm going to bring people together. I'm going to bring a different light into the industry here and, just keeping it positive. I always that's why I went with Rap Freaks to really shine the light on the male rappers here. It's male artists here that are really doing their thing, that have been doing their thing for years, and they get stuck here in this mentality. And I get it because it's home, and sometimes it's hard to leave the nest. So I do understand that, and you technically shouldn't have to leave in order to make it, but sometimes you have to move out and around to move up to bring back. You know, I've learned that a long time ago that's something that you have to do. And I don't know why Baltimore culture is like that. And, my sister has always told me it's been like that for years, even when she used to come to Baltimore when she lived in New York. It's always been like that. And Baltimore really has some of the dopest people. And, I just really wish that like the world could just see how dope it is. Now, I do think for future projection, that is going to start to change. I think that now you have some of the younger people around my age and stuff that are really seeing that, these other cities are able to come together like Atlanta and bring up their artists in Florida. And I think that, we're so driven to change that about us that I do feel like that is something that's going to happen. I really truly believe that Baltimore is going to end up coming together.
Wow, that kind of vote of confidence for an entire region is it just speaks leaps and bounds. I mean, Bella says no place like Baltimore. I mean, the questions are coming in
No place
now.
like Baltimore.
And there's her. That's her statement. And by the way, um, boss lady has entered the room, and she has said
Dang,
that
dang.
into the room. So, and she came in from YouTube. So that's what I'm saying. Like, just
Oh, it's
yeah,
dope.
yeah, she can't. She's on YouTube watching. And yeah. So, just real quick here, there was a question.
Okay.
It's Linnea. She's asking, where can she find your music?
You can find my music on all platforms. I have 3 singles out on all platforms. Definitely check out my SoundCloud and my YouTube. You have all my freestyles on there. And keep up with me. Keep up with me. I'm constantly updating it. So everything that you hear today, anything that you might see, like on my Instagram, keep up with my TikTok. I'm on all platforms. So everything is literally Stony Marie. I'm
Um,
not hard to find.
we gonna be? Can we find you? Okay. Well, you kind of said it at the very end there. I was just gonna ask you what tags are you really under, but everything's gonna be Stony
Stony
Marie,
Marie.
Stony Marie,
Yeah.
Stony Marie.
There's no other Stony Marie. I'm
No, there's no
verified.
other. So you've checked it. You did your
Oh
Google search
yeah,
and
I'm
all that.
verified.
So
You know
not your
what my
real name.
birthday gift was when I first started being an artist? My momager. She
Momager. I like that.
momager. She gifted me, the copyrights to my name, so I own everything.
Wow. So there you go. Very smart. You got back and everybody in your corner set you up to be successful. And I can just see it. This. I mean, Rudy, like this glowing confidence that's arraying from her, bro. Like it's
Rudy
crazy.
wouldn't have it
You
no
can see
other
it
way.
around you can see it around the daggone screen. You know what I mean? It's wild, man. That kind of energy, that inspiration, man. I mean, just hold on. I'm gonna unmute you here. I mean, what's up with this? How you just finding all this talent like this, Rudy? What's up with that?
I don't know, man, but it's a pleasure for me to be able to help introduce Baltimore to Stony Marie because she is definitely a superstar already and a superstar in the future. In the
Oh,
rap game, her lyrics is genius, man.
Yeah,
And her
yeah.
performance, personality is larger than life, man.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, you ain't got no arguments here. I was messing with her earlier before you came on, talking about we're gonna have a freestyle battle or something real quick. I'm still Stro. You see it at the back. I'm still
he
Stro.
said he's strong.
I told her
And,
I ain't messing with her. She ain't embarrassing me in front of this audience, bro. It's not
and,
You
happening.
and,
embarrassed me,
and,
Stro. You the one who got this. You've been doing this
and,
since you was 8.
I'm cool. I'm cool though. Nah, listen. I'm behind the camera now. You know.
Rudy
Nah,
got
it's all good. It's all good.
Rudy got
What you
them
what you say,
bars too.
Rudy?
Don't let him don't.
last but not
I
least,
still got a couple
sweetheart
little
too.
things. What you say? What you say, Rudy?
I said she's a sweetheart too.
Yeah, just good. Well, you could tell the nice just like a nice person. But I could see I could see somebody coming up cracking a little slick with it, and she'd be like, "What?" I mean, are you prepared? Are you prepared for that? Like nobody has tested you. Like guys, I mean, like everybody's saying, and it's true. You're attractive. You're a nice person. I mean, everybody's got to be pouring in to talk to you and want to be around you. And I'm sure the guys are
Rudy
trying to
always makes
holler.
sure I got security.
Well, I'm
Rudy,
just
Rudy
saying.
makes sure I got security and bodyguards.
I mean, that's great and all, but are you ready for a real confrontation? Somebody reach out, or a fan might say, "Oh, I would reach out and grab your leg." What you going? Some artists have been known to get a little violent.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I feel like people are like losing themselves where like they're trying to do anything to like get popular. Like NLE Chopper in the airport, he's trying to be nice to a fan and the fan
Mhm,
like hits him. And it's
mhm.
like at the end of the day, you shouldn't have been walking around without, your security and bodyguards. You can't be too good to not have, security. Even if you can fight, it doesn't matter. You have to protect yourself. Like people are willing to kill themselves to hurt you. So you have to be protected.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that as well. I just figure ask you the question. Some people, to be honest with you, depends on the situation, right? You don't know what you're going to do, right?
You don't know.
Ultimately, you don't know what kind of hair trigger reaction you're going to have. I mean, I used to always think about it too, but one thing I wouldn't do, and that's unless I was truly violated, I wouldn't be doing nothing that's really going to, because it's just not the kind of person I'm in. And it seems, talking to you, it seems like you're similar. You're not, something like that could happen, but you don't want to see, you don't even want to think about nothing like
Yeah.
that happening. You are going to just deal with it if and when it happens. So it's just that prepare yourself. Somebody with your kind of talent, people backing you. I mean, you got one of the most well-known people in the state of Maryland in your
Hmm.
corner. And I'm not talking about the people I don't know. I'm talking about one of them I know, and he's
We talking
he's
about
to the
Rudy
he's to the
Prince.
he's to the left of you right now on the screen, which would be my right. But yeah, go
Not
ahead,
gonna let
Rudy.
nothing happen to Stony.
That's what he told me. He said, I'm not letting nothing happen.
Oh yeah, yeah. That probably wouldn't be too wise to be doing nothing crazy. But it's still good to see. It's still nice to know that people out there still care about the city, still care about uniting the city. I asked you the question. I wasn't expecting you to say how you was gonna you're trying to unite the city. You could see that album cover, you got all kinds of Baltimore
Oh,
rappers on the cover. So you mean what you said, or you wouldn't have put them on there like that, right? I mean, there ain't nobody make you do that. You did that.
I could have went for, the high end industry people where, the song could have made sense to people outside of Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah.
my mindset was, let me shine a light on my city, because
Hmm.
I'm gonna be the one to blow up out of Baltimore. And I'm gonna be the one that they look and say, oh well, who is this person she's talking about? Oh well, who is that person she talking about? So you thank me later.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
Later.
absolutely. Well, let me ask you back on the music tip though. Like, how many albums um, do you have currently? This what's you got to look at me, but is there an album before that people can go and download or something like that?
So what they can do is go on my SoundCloud and like my YouTube and watch like all my freestyles and just kind of stuff that I did like first starting out. Mind you, I've only been doing this for 2 years.
Mhm.
So I'm actually working on an EP now, which is gonna be really dope. I'm trying to drop for my ballsy bitches because females are just doing their thing right now, and I want music to make women feel good, not like they have to fight or just bringing their fantasies to the light, what they're going through to the light, and just making them feel good. I just think it's a lot of, ballsy bitches doing their thing, like especially in Baltimore, and everywhere, honestly. But I want to make music to make the women feel like I'm that bitch because we are.
Yeah, no, it's inspiring, and everybody, my audience knows I love those stories. I'm the guy, I'm that coach. I'm always I got the group of kids, and I'm like, look, this is what we're gonna do. Y'all can do it. Bringing up young, this is what like true story is what I do. But it's like to hear other people do it. It's like yes, it ain't always about talking people down all the time.
No,
People, I don't know what it is, the fascination people have with bringing others down. It drives me insane because all I do on a constant basis, as far as I'm concerned, is try to pick people up and pick things up and help develop things. And God and the universe, they reward me, and are
like,
grateful to me for doing these things. And to hear you doing that, watch out. You're only 2 years in the game, and you making this kind of impact already. It's getting ready to be crazy.
it's getting ready to
It's
be
getting ready to be
crazy.
crazy.
You can choose to look at the cup as half empty or half full. So it's up to you how you decide to look at it. And your environment is everything. So when you're around positive people, people that, want positivity, you're going to be positive. It's really a choice. You choose to be happy. You wake up and say, hey, I want to be happy today. Just like you can wake up and say, I want to be miserable today. It's all a choice. And I think that people need to know that it's cool to choose happy. Like it's better here.
Yeah. I mean, spoken like true spoken word. I couldn't have said it better myself. I do want to play one more of your songs.
Okay.
We talked about it. That's the
Did none
none
of
of
that
that. None of that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So get ready for one more Stony Marie song, y'all. It's not very long, so sit back and relax.
style. Relax.
Yeah, sit back and
Turn up.
relax, y'all. It's a good one.
I don't want to hear about none of that shit. None of my exes, none of that dick. None of them bitches or none of that shit. None of them hoes when they see me do my neck, cause I'm really that bitch. Pulled off the lot, had to upgrade my whip. Hopped in the Benz, had to flex my shit. Bitches just mad cause they thought they was it. Came back straight pressure. Stoney got them worried, oh Lord, they guessing. Get your nigga, he pressing. All in my DMs talk about me texting. But I don't sex him. Eat it up good, nigga, this your breakfast. Don't worry about the butt being fake when you still wanna taste some drip in your face, cause I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. About none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. About none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. About none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. About none of that shit.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite right now. I need to hear. That's the one I like. Out of the two songs, I like both of them, but that's the one that's my favorite. That was sent to me, Rudy. You sent me them too. You
I
sent me
did.
them. Yeah, you sent me them. That one right there. Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you real quick. What's the push moving forward to start getting some of your songs exposure on the radio now? Which means obviously for the radio you have to do an edited version. Do
Oh,
you? Do you already have an edited versions to your songs, or is that you gotta go back in the studio for that?
Yeah, so I have an edited version to look at me. I'm currently trying to push it to the DJs and stuff in Baltimore right now. We're working in the Carolinas, in Florida, in New York. So we've definitely been working to push it and get it out there, as much as possible. Another thing is, people look at social media before they turn on the radio. So,
Mhm.
making sure that, it's trying to go big on TikTok, trying to go big on Instagram. People look at YouTube before they turn on the radio. So it's like I'm touching every platform. I'm not leaving nothing untouched. I'm working hard in every city to work it in. Everybody's going to know who Stony Marie is before the end of 2022.
Yeah, and so far it's been a great show. The audience has been good. Uh, questions have been coming in, comments, and that this is just this is one way. All these platforms. I know you were doing an interview. You were preparing for an interview yesterday.
Yes, I went on the radio station yesterday. I got to, play my single, play some of my freestyles, and I did an exclusive drop to Rap Freaks. So
Mhm.
that was cool, being with my city with Rudy right next to me and Boss
Mhm.
Lady right behind me. So we've been working.
Yeah. Look. Linnea is saying we still need Sue. LOL. She still like, yeah, look. We can't. It, we got to give them more notice than that, Linnea. It's just we filmed this Saturday, so I mean, how hectic is your schedule these days? Are you doing something every day? I mean, do you get a breather, or is it is there
There's no
still that
days off. There's no
there's no
such
days
thing as
off?
a
There's no
breather
days
till
off.
you're a millionaire.
There's no days off.
Boss Lady and Rudy definitely have been keeping me busy. So, just bring it to them and they'll squeeze it in. Because Boss Lady, she gonna be like, if it can fit in, she gonna make it fit in.
Yeah. I
Her
might
and
have
her
to. I might.
definitely gonna have me busy. So, definitely hit them up. They'll handle it.
Well, on the projects we working on, that name right there, Linnea Jordan, she's the boss lady on this end. I
Okay,
mean,
okay, yeah.
well, what it is, she's an author, writer,
Really, that's
screenplay
dope.
writer, director, and we're currently filming some short films. She's got a bunch of um, feature films written. She's got Torn, which will be premiering. What is that? The 5th, February 5th, I think. Torn
Wow.
premieres at the Horizon. So we film a lot and then we premiere them in theaters. So we'll rent a theater out, premiere it, things of that nature. Then so we're not messing around.
Oh
We
no,
go.
this is not a game.
Yeah, it's not a game, and that's why I say I might inbox boss lady later and be like,
Yeah,
hey,
hit it
what is y'all schedule looking like? For this weekend. I mean, it's a short. This is called Running Lost. It's a short film, so it doesn't take long. We plan on getting at least the majority of it done this weekend. Hopefully, weather permitting and things of that nature. So, again, don't know what your schedule looks like. I got tough skin, thick skin. I can handle it. Hey, maybe next time I'm cool with that. So, but closed mouths don't get fed, as they say. So
Okay.
sometimes you just gotta throw a shot in the dark. And I see Linnea still, when she's still
When
asking because
you tell Derek
we
hit up
still
Wall
need to.
Street.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But that's what we've been talking about it this whole hour and 8 minutes. What we talking about right now? You support each other, you pick each other up, um you inspire, and you keep saying, hey, look, we can do this. You're not by yourself. We're gonna do it together, and that's all I do. It's a ritualistic um, speaking format for me. This is my dialogue every day. I know people get sick of hearing it because, like, yeah, what do you tell you? That same stuff he always say. Because that's just how I am, and I mean it, and I go do it. So I'm not just talking, and that's the way we got to be in order to make things come to fruition and make it manifest. And
Absolutely.
yeah, it's like like people want to hit me with this all the time, and I'm just being me. Derek, you're a smooth brother. Listen, I'm just me. I'm
Hmm.
me, just like you. You're in this interview. It was fabulous. You're like a true stand up individual.
Thank
A
you.
woman. Well, you're welcome. But I'm saying a woman. This is still. And Rudy will know what I'm talking about right here. This is still a predominantly male ran world. You
Yeah.
know, it's not necessarily easy out there. You know, it's not easy for anybody, right? To be straight up with you, unless you just already got everything that you need. But it's not easy for a young African American woman just trying to come up in this world and stand out. I think it was Bella said she looks like a boss lady. You understand what I'm
Oh,
saying? I mean, she's
I
like
would
not
say
she wasn't right. She wasn't talking about your manager either. She was talking about you. I'm just saying that's how you come off. So when you give that kind of disposition to people, they have no choice but to accept it as such. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, all right, I'm listening. What you got? What we talking about, right? Instead of here come a female. She cute, just sizing you up, looking you all up and down. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be there's got to be a understanding that look, we talking business right now. You know what I mean? And that relationship has to be different than you looking at me like some piece of meat or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. One thing you're gonna get with me, you can ask any one of these people or anybody you run into after this interview that knows me, they're gonna tell you the same. You know what I mean? It's just it's a respect level, and it seems like you are establishing your respect. And you kind of got to earn it, right? People think they come out, they be like, man, they gonna respect me. Well, you gotta earn your respect. People don't just respect you like, oh, I respect you. No, you have to earn your respect, and the only way for you to do it is for you to do it. You know what I
absolutely.
mean? So I always have my little, I don't know what you want to call. I'm like, people say, oh man, you could run for mayor. You like you're a
I
preacher
did
or
see
something.
a comment like that
Yeah,
too.
you a preacher or something? No, I ain't no preacher. I'm not none of that, and I'm not running for mayor. Okay, I'm just me, and I like people that's like you, that are stand up doing things that kind of can go against the flow, right? Because it's been a while since I've seen. I mean, since I was, I don't know, a while ago, a female artist that's coming out raw and hardcore like that. You know what I mean? Those are hard. Those are hard lyrics. You flown with it. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
and you bring in everything, the total package with it, because that's, you think about it, and there's a bunch of them out there, right? And I done seen the pictures. So I know, okay, this girl, she could compete. You could put her standing right beside Nikki, and they'd be like, I don't know, I'm going with choice number two over there. Well, that wasn't Nikki, and that wasn't Cardi. That's Stony.
Yeah.
Oh, for real? Yeah. So when you can keep that caliber up there with the likes of those, that style of female artists, and I'm only saying that just based on your appearance. These couple short parts, of your tracks that I've heard, it's right there. It's right there in the mix, in my opinion. Now I want to obviously hear a lot more, which I'll have the opportunity. But hey, just keep it real. You well on your way starting out like that. So I wish you the best. You know, we also use songs for soundtracks. So who know,
Oh, yes.
one of your songs might make it on one of our movies. So because we want to use original artists. You can't use mainstream music in your productions. So when you have original artists, in the vicinity, those are the people you want to work with, because it supports everybody. You know what I mean? So anyway, um, look who it is. Selena's in now. That's so true. I deal with that on a daily. I don't know. It's probably something I said. Her and I talk all the time. How you doing, Selena? I hope everything's well.
Hey,
Um,
Selena, how you doing?
you already know who that gentleman is, and she knows you too. She was telling me about you.
Yeah, I know that
And
she
yeah.
has an upcoming project I'm trying to get involved in.
Look who it is. It's Rob. What is it? Rob. How do you say your name, bro? Look, it's my man. I'm gonna call him PJ. It's P.
I know,
It's
PJ.
It's PJ, yo.
I
Yeah.
rah,
Yeah, rah rah, right? Okay, I
rah,
was right.
rah.
Yeah, yep, PJ. Yeah, and we've been chatting a little bit. I'll probably get him on the show here soon.
Yeah, rah, rah
And,
is
and,
dope.
also get him in front of the camera more as
He's
an
dope.
actor and stuff. Yeah, man, I was impressed with his stuff.
He's
I mean,
dope.
everybody in that cast is was just the truth. The other young lady, the skinny one, the skinny dark skin one, dope,
On
dope,
Natalia.
dope, 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 dope,
Yeah,
dope.
she's
You know what I
spicy.
mean? So,
They got Princess.
Yeah, princess.
princess. Yeah, yeah. I mean, y'all. I tell you, man. You like I said. I don't know how you did it, Rudy. I don't know how you did it, bro. But you
I don't know
Yeah,
assembled.
how I did it
good.
neither. I don't know how
You
I did it neither.
you like assembled like a
I
team
just
of
had good
Avengers, like a it's like
Right.
Avengers
I'm just a
assembled.
magnet. Hey, Dad, I'm just a magnet for good people. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's been happening. It's been across the board. So y'all can. So just after saying that, right? And I see more messages coming in. So look, real quick. So Stony, please do a song for the Baltimore Bomb. We're working on so many projects. It's like it's insane. We will me trying to explain everything. I can see, we're that's a project him and I and another mutual friend, a production company are working on. It's called the Baltimore Bomb. That's where you're getting the mayor. If you see my Facebook profile, I'm playing. I play the mayor in that production. So that's where all
No.
the
You
mayor
got
stuff.
my vote.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Me and Rudy gonna come
hey,
together to vote
Yeah,
during the thing.
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, and this is a feeling that you. What was you gonna say, Mr. Rudy?
No, go ahead.
Nah, this is the stuff. This is why I do.
Stoney said it all.
Yeah,
I ain't
this
gotta
is
do
why I
for
do
once.
this.
I ain't gotta do too much talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, listen, I'm just appreciative. That's all.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, these connections and people that I've been meeting over the I don't know since probably last couple months of 2021. It's just been insane. I met Rudy and just the connections and we're well on our way. We are buzzing here really really hard
that's right.
and everybody who knows me, I keep my foot on the gas. I don't stop.
Mhm.
It's you can't stop. Because none of this stuff is promised. We hopefully we wake up tomorrow. It's not guaranteed. So I don't leave nothing for chance. I go hard, real hard, and meeting good people like y'all it's what keeps the gel going. It's what makes you want to do it more because we can help each other. Um, y'all got an awesome stage theater play it's here. It's already put together. You could take that show on the road. You can go anywhere with that, and it'll attract an audience because it's good all the way through. You know what I mean? And Mr. Rudy knows. Well, sometimes you want to get stuff filmed. Sometimes you want to cover these things. I mean, they still sharing that snippet. Rudy, they still sharing
Yeah,
it. Rah rah shared it. Everybody sharing it. Miss Tamla sharing it. Everybody's still sharing it. People watching it, and that was just a couple little clips. So the big production companies are reaching out to us now. You know, um, but like I was telling Mr. Rudy the other day, like so what do we can really do a lot of this by ourselves. You kind of stay independent with a lot of it. You can, because those big guys, they want more. They want more. They want to give you a little bit. They
that's right.
you know
That's true.
they want more. They give you a little bit because of who they are. Can't blame them. I mean, why not try? But Mr. Rudy told me a story the other day. Nah, everybody ain't falling for that. So and I'm not going to go into no more ranting about that. I'm gonna leave that alone because time will tell. Right? We're gonna see what's coming up, what opportunities we have. I personally am going to be trying to get you involved in some stuff, um, and I really would like to come back out. So, just real quick, a question for you, Mr. Rudy. When's the next time y'all thinking about performing the all that glitters and gold play again?
Soon as we know something definite about this COVID virus, the new strain, soon as we know something definite about that. We're gonna
Okay.
take a show on the road.
Okay. Well, just
DC, Philadelphia, New York, LA, whatever.
yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, just let me know. Just keep me somehow. Just keep me in the loop. That way, I got at least an idea. DC ain't that far away. A couple of them spots, they just not far away. You just do what you got to do. And that's another thing. You travel. Stony, how are you? Are you commuting yourself around, or you already got the limo and with the chauffeur? Or is that?
That's on the way. That's on the way. That's on the way.
Hey, I was just asking. I was just asking. You already got a whole management team. It's like 2 years. 2 years in, you got a posse. Remember the posse? You got posse. You
We're
surrounded.
doing them big all blacked out tour buses soon.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna have to do the tour. See,
yeah,
yeah, fans is just growing astronomically everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I listen. We could go on and on. It's funny. Something about this show. It picks up steam the later it gets and all. So every time I'm looking at the time, we're an hour and 20 minutes in, and I'll be ready to try to close it out, and then it's like everybody's here, and they got questions, and they're all, but respectively, I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer. So Stony, just any. I know you've been doing it all this interview, but just give the audience how they can reach you on social media. Tell them a little bit about what's coming up. We know Look at Me is out right now on all platforms, but what else is going on in the future here in the near future, and also, you know, I like to be inspired. You've inspired me the whole show, by the way, but I like to be inspired. If I was out there and I want to get involved in the entertainment industry, should I be scared? Should I be nervous? Or what would you tell me? To say to help me do this? Or would you be brutally honest and say it's not for everybody? So
I mean, I would
you
tell
have
you
the floor.
I would tell you, for one, don't operate off of fear. If this is something that you say that you want and that you want to do, then do it. Don't operate off fear. Don't feel like, oh, it might not be for me, because there's something in you that's telling you that you want to do this. So you should give it your all and go all the way in, because you have nothing to lose and you have everything to gain if you believe in yourself and you push forward. And somewhere in your journey, it may turn out, more than likely it will turn out better than what you even projected for yourself. True winners are winners because they never gave up. When you give up is where you don't reach your peak. Success comes from small wins, so you have to keep your foot on the gas. You have to keep pushing even when you feel like it's not giving you no results, because people are watching. They may not immediately support you, they may not immediately be a fan of what you're doing, but long as you project and you believe in yourself of what you have going on, and you tell yourself every day, I got this, I'm working to this every day, I'm working to this every day, you're going to be better at your craft, you're going to be better at what you're doing, and you're going to be successful. Something comes from the mustard seed. Nothing grows overnight.
And Ra Ra says exactly, 100%. And that's why I say that. Yeah, it's thank you. That sometimes that's just all one needs to hear. For me, that because I listen, and I can tell, people like Rudy and myself. I've been around some people like Rudy. Him and I were talking about it a little bit, and there's a certain you're not gonna be able to pull too much stuff on us. It's just the way we are. It's an instinctive thing that you can identify it. You might not, like Rudy was saying the other day. You might not even say that. Rudy just be like, okay. I mean, you're not gonna get nothing by people. You might just tell the truth. Tell
Yeah.
the truth. And that's what it seems like. What you are the embodiment of. You just want to tell the truth. You
Yeah.
know. And it is what it is, right? After that.
I'm human, like I still tell myself these things every
Mhm.
day. And that's what allows me to keep pushing.
When's your birthday?
My birthday is actually coming up. My
Is it
birthday is
coming up?
17th. I am a Pisces.
Pisces, like my dad. My dad was a Pisces too. February 27th.
We
Yeah.
are the mystical
Dreamers.
creatures of the world.
The what? You're the what of the world?
We are the mystical creatures of the world.
The
The
mystical creature
dreamers.
world.
Yeah.
The
The
dreamers.
Thank
Well,
you, Javi. I
dream
look
big.
forward to some of your work in the future.
yes, 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 yes. What was you saying, Rudy?
I said dream big.
Dream
Dream.
big.
You're gonna
I'm
dream.
a big
If you're
dreamer.
gonna dream big. You know.
Yeah, it's true. You know, dream. You know, don't be scared. You know, I put out, a post not too long ago. It was longer than what I'm thinking right now, but I just remembered. Hey, dreams do come true. You know, you dream it up, you think it up, you dream it into existence. There's a lot of power within a single thought, and a belief system. It's the energy that creates it, makes it uh, uh, become brought into existence. I practice these things on a regular basis. You know what I mean? So I know it. I feel it. When you talk like you talk, that's exactly what you're doing. It's like it's weird. It's just like everybody's. I mean, they're coming in like I can't even close the show out. I'm trying to close this, and thank you everybody in the chat room. I apologize.
Make sure
It's
y'all
just
follow me on all
yeah.
I'm
That's what y'all
Stonie
need to
Marie. Why
do.
y'all here before y'all run away?
Yeah, that's what y'all need to do. I mean, are
And
you a
come to the
Pisces too,
show.
Bella? I didn't know that. She's a
We got
Pisces.
shows coming up. Make sure y'all come to the show.
Yeah. So y'all know I will be promoting, everything you got going on, Rudy. I'm gonna be promoting
Right.
on other shows that you ain't gonna be on. But because I just like to keep talking about these things. Just like Selena's been on the show. Glad the Afraid of the Dark project is done. It looks great. When you get a chance, Rudy, check it out. Kemp's already seen it. I heard his review. Said it was good. It's good. It's good. All that time that it took and everything that what went on with that project, it turned out well. So I just want to give big shouts out to my guy Jay Roberts. He's the one that creates a lot of graphics. Almost all the graphics y'all see on my page. Your flyer, which I will show, the flyer he made, of course, of you and for this show was that all that stuff is made by Jay Roberts, and he's also my editor as well, for everything we do. My company is Stroman Entertainment. You see my banner in the back, and I'm linked up with a lot of people, including the gentleman to that next side of the screen of you there. So it's just we got a lot of work to do. Everybody just stay healthy, be safe, protect each other and all that, because we got to be around for a while. And it's funny because ev- everybody in this group chat, they hear me talk like this all the time, but it's true. You
It's
know,
been
yeah, it's true. We have to continue to take care of our bodies, spiritually and mentally, obviously, physically as well. So just remember that, y'all. And sorry I couldn't keep up with everybody in the chat room. I'm just trying to click. Linnea says, "Stay blessed." Um, Jay, oh yeah, Jay's just talking about Jay. They know Jay. So just about everybody that's been in this feed, they're either actors, entrepreneurs, just people. There's Selena talking about Jay again. So again, Jay's our guy. We do a lot, and we appreciate him. But I can't keep y'all no more. I'm taking up y'all whole night. What was it? It's oh my
it's
goodness. It's nine.
9:30.
It's 9:30. Look, we're gonna close this show out. I appreciate having both of you on, Rudy. Once again, man, you Babe Ruthed it. You pointed that way, and you knocked it out the park.
I appreciate you
Thank
guys.
you, Dan.
Thank you for having me, Derek. Thank you,
Yeah,
Rudy.
yeah,
Thank
Definitely.
you, Dan.
and
Thank
and Rudy,
Baltimore for tuning in.
Thank you,
Shout out,
Baltimore.
I want to shout out to Baltimore, all
Shout
my
out to
friends,
Baltimore. Shout
family
out
in
to Boss
Baltimore.
Lady Bossy Gang Gang.
yeah, get your
Derek, you
show.
Derek,
Yeah,
Stonie,
thank you,
Boss
thank
Lady, and Naya
Naya
Monet.
Monet and
Yeah,
MCM on the track.
and
And
last but not least,
you,
my
Rob. I say thank you,
co-producer,
BJ.
don't forget about Rudy.
What-
Tamla Tucker,
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
co-producer.
Tell them I said what's up too, man. I don't get this. I don't listen. That's another reason why it's good to have these shows. And I promise you, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you. I'm glad everybody loved the show. It felt really good.
I had
This was a
fun.
classic one. Yeah, and we're gonna do it again because we're gonna have to follow up with some stuff. Because I
Definitely.
like to follow up. As you can see, Rudy's back. Rudy's probably collectively. This is the third show he's been on because when we brought in to talk to some of the All That Glitters cast, they was actually at the arena players rehearsing. So they did that show there that night. You remember that, Rudy? And that was
Mhm.
cool. That was a fun show too. So this is a classic. Listen, everybody, you can watch it again as many times as you want. It's not just on Facebook. It's on YouTube as well, where it'll be etched in stone as long as YouTube exists. So I appreciate y'all. I gotta let y'all go, or I won't let y'all go because I could keep going because there's so much more we could talk about. But it's getting late. Y'all have a great evening, Rudy. We'll chop it up sometime this week. Um, and
Okay.
I and I want to probably going to reach out to your manager too,
Yeah,
Stony, and
please
talk about
do.
some stuff coming up. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Please be safe and call me if you need me. All right.
Stonie.
See y'all. All right,
See
Rudy.
ya.
All right, Stony. Wow. Just another great show. They just kind of come up out the blue. I mean, um, I don't know. For me, it's just the people. It's just about the people to me. When you have good people that are doing things and care about others, to me, that's all it takes to create a good show. The rest just happens naturally. Um, you know, I'm going to be me. Y'all know that I'm going to make sure that we display things that need to be displayed. We're going to talk about the things that need to be talked about. We're not going to cut corners. We're going to, I want to ask the question that you might ask, right? If you had the opportunity to question this individual, and I'm going to do it respectfully, and whatever the answer is, it is. This is how we all need to treat each other, and at the end of the day, I think we could all just get along a little better. I just like seeing a lot of these local talents um, care about the city that I'm from and the place where I was born. The place where my dad was born. And that's what I'm here to do. That's what I continue to do, as you guys can see. Um, you know, I'll be back next Wednesday. I don't know who the guest is going to be. It might just be me by myself, but we will see. And for anybody out there, I did want to say this before I cut out. I do and would be open to do my Speak Your Mind show on location. So I did it for my fellas, Deadline, Dre, and all them. Once again, big shouts out to all those guys, Frankston, for letting me do the show uh, at his bar. Really appreciate that. I can do this show on location. That was a good test. I wanted to fill it out. It worked out pretty good. So if you're interested in me doing the Speak Your Mind show on location, just hit me up. Give me a shout. I don't know if we're cool on Facebook. Hit me in the DM or whatever. You got my number. Call me. Simple as that. So I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer. This show has ran for an hour and a half. Jeez, it's a long show tonight, but it was all worth it. All worth it. Appreciate everybody in the chat room, everybody in YouTube land, everybody on Facebook that watched the show. Thanks for staying up late once again. You know who I am, your host, Derek Stroman. And you guys know how I like to do it. I will see you all next Wednesday. Good night.